And hello YouTube, this is GSmaniamsmart, and I'm today on a brand new video for Gaming with GS, and today we're here on Guild Wars 2, and we're going to take a look at the new map, Bloodstone Fen, what you can do here, what rewards you can get, how the map works, and what you should be doing daily in this map, since there are some pretty cool things that you can do that give you lots of rewards. So, I guess some new builds available. But anyway, the way this map looks, not my style, but the way the map works, it's amazing. It's pretty cool. Now before we head into what you can do here and the rewards you can get, I do advise you to have a few things already done before you really dive into this map. For one, I recommend you to have completed the story step, Reaper of Magic, which is very easy to get to. It doesn't take very long to get to the story step, maybe like 30 minutes, maybe even less. So it's also right as soon as you enter the map. I think you finish like this story step and then this one right here. Finish Reaper of Magic, because that will allow you to collect unbound magic in the air. Now, one of the cool things about this map is that there are lots of updrafts, as you can see. Now, I recommend you to also have the Mastery Leyline Gliding. It's gonna make traveling this map a lot easier. There are updrafts everywhere, and you can traverse this map very easily with updrafts, but ley lines just make it a bit easier. However, if you have Reaper of Magic, if you have that story step complete, you can collect unbound magic, which are these blue little balls, these blue orbs all across the sky, and they can give you lots of experience very quickly. In fact, my third recommendation for you is to have the new mastery track, which is Counter Magic. This is the new mastery line that becomes available in Bloodstone Fen. It's called Ancient Magics. If you have Counter Magic, you'll be able to basically counterattack enemies that have a specific type of magic. For one of the bosses later on I'm going to talk about, you need to have this to avoid massive damage. It's just going to make your time in this map a lot easier. So get this as soon as possible, because you'll have an easier time in the map with this mastery track rather than if you don't have this mastery track. And it doesn't take very much experience either. I think it takes only like 500,000 experience, and it's very easy to get that. So those are my three recommendations. Have Reaper of Magic done, have Counter Magic done, and if you want, have Leyline Gliding, but it's not really needed. It just makes your time easier. So, what do you get in this map? Well, there are two currencies. The first currency is Unbound Magic, obviously, which you get all over the place. You can get this pretty much anywhere. You can get these from Bloodstone Stalagmites, which are basically available in several events. You can get these from flying around the map and collecting the blue orb-looking things in the sky. You can get these from completing events. You can get these from pretty much anywhere. The second form of currency we have are these blood rubies. Now, these are a bit more rare. You can get 50 of these from a strongbox. However, no one has found a strongbox yet. On the wiki, I have not seen anything about the strongbox locations yet. So if you happen to find a strongbox, lucky you, you have 50 of these rubies. However, this is the second form of currency, and the way you get these, primarily, you get them from completing the daily events. The daily achievements, I mean, which are right here. As you see, this map does have daily achievements, so I recommend coming in here every day and just completing these. They're very easy to complete. One of these only requires you to close 3 rifts, which I'll go over in just a second. Very easy to do. One of these requires you to only gather the unbound magic from the sky, which is just collecting the orbs, which is also very easy. Another one requires you to do a specific event, and the other one requires you only to use your one skill when you're in the air, to use the unbound magic skill 5 times, which is very easy as well. And each of these gives you one of these hero chests, which gives you 25 unbound magic, 1 ruby, and a scrap of Maguma Mastery experience, which is basically experience towards your current Maguma Mastery track. Now, I believe you also get rubies from completing the meta event, which I'll go over, because I know for a fact that I did not do 17 dailies. So you do get some of these for completing some of the meta events, which I'll go over in just a second. So that's your form of currency in this map. Now, what you can get with this form of currency are some pretty cool things. You can get some pretty nice looking minis. You can get some experience boosts They're not the traditional boosts. They're like a consumable that you can use to give you 10% extra experience, and they can stack up to 3 times. So that's a lot you can get there. You can stack up a ton of experience and get lots of experience. You can also get some containers that can give you ascended materials, which is really cool. I have not bought any of these yet, and I don't know what the chance of these are, but you can buy them for 250 unbound magic and 50 silver, and you can have a chance of getting ascended materials. You can also buy the these are, by the way, these are the bundles and the packet, the magic warped. But yeah, you can get another one. You can get a bundle that gives you rare crafting materials. They also have this really cool new housing mode for your home instance, not a housing, the home instance node, which is basically a bloodstone crystal node. If you like collecting home instance stuff, this is what you need to get. I'm gonna try to get this because I want to have another node in my home. So lots of cool stuff here you can get. They also have some more abilities you can unlock while you're in the air. Your skill 2, 3, 4, and 5. So those are pretty cool. And then they also have some ascended gear that you can get. Ascended rings, ascended amulet, and an ascended backpack, which looks pretty cool. And this is where you'll need your rubies. The rubies are required to buy the bloodstone rubies are required to buy the ascended gear. The unbound magic and bloodstone dust is required to buy everything else. Now you'll notice that across the map there are bloodstone ores that you can mine, which are basically what it'll look like in your home as well, I imagine. So a pretty neat map. We have a new ore node. We have new ascended gear. We can get a new backpack, a new node for our home. We can get. We have a way of getting possible chance of getting ascended materials from these packets here. Some rare crafting materials from the bundles. So lots of cool stuff you can buy with the currency. So that's what you can get. Now, if you want to buy the stuff, you have to go to this waypoint right here, Pride of the Pact here. If I can circle right here, go to this waypoint right here, and the guy is literally on top of these stairs. Now, if you want to find the ascended gear vendor, he's going to be in the 2nd level of the map, right up here in this corner here. That's where the other vendor is. Now, the way this map works, there are 3 main things happening in this map. There are 3 main meta events, I guess you could say, and they're all divided by the level of the map. Now, at this top level of the map, in the fragmented wastes, which is right here, and might I note that this is a small map right above Verdant Brink, but despite the map being so small, it has a lot to offer, and I like that a lot. Pretty much anywhere you go, there's something happening, and you can gather things and collect things, and it's really cool. This map seems very well done. I like it a lot, despite the size of it. But in the fragmented wastes here, there are basically going to be rifts being opened. Now, if you go to the ground level or to the 2nd level of this map, you will see rifts you can interact with, and they will bring you to the location where enemies are near the rift, and your goal is to close these rifts by defeating the enemies. You can also just glide to them with the updraft or leyline gliding, and it will bring you to the location as well. But your goal is to kill the enemies in the orange circle with the orange fist, and when you kill those, you've basically closed a rift. Now, once you've closed 8 of these rifts, meaning that once 8 locations with all the enemies have been killed, then a boss will spawn, and this boss is supposed to spawn in Bloodstone's shell, which is a point of interest. So that's basically one of the main meta events that happens in the map, and it constantly respawns. It's probably the one that is happening the most of the time in this map, which is just closing rifts and killing enemies to close those rifts. And this is also related to one of the dailies in the map, so you can finish your dailies for this specific map very easily because all you have to do is close 3 rifts. Now, during the daytime and during the nighttime, different things happen. During the daytime, you're gonna see White Mantle patrolling most of the 2nd level of the map, and you can kill those. And then during the nighttime, things get a bit more intense, where you will have to start this meta chain that begins with an exorcism event. You have to eliminate the disturbed ghosts, and once you've done that, there's going to be 4 champions that spawn, 4 ghost champions, and once you've killed those, an escort event is going to happen, where you have to bring the NPC to the Tomb of the Confessors, and that will basically be the nighttime event. So different events happen during the day, and during nighttime, that's basically the second things that are going on. During night and day, the rift stuff is still happening. So you could participate in that, or you could participate in the second level of the map, where either the white mantle champions are, or if it's nighttime, you're going to be doing the escort event and killing the 4 ghost champions. Lots of champions in this map. You can gather a good amount of champion bags. Obviously not as good as some of the champion bag farm trains that we have, but still a very good map that's very rewarding. So really fun. Now, the last main meta event that we have is the one that everyone goes to, and if you don't like this map, I recommend you to at least come to this map for the Bloodstone Maw event, which is the main event in this map. It happens every 90 minutes, and it'll start at the ground 0 waypoint. Now, the ground 0 waypoint is in the second portion of the map. However, this event does progress down to the lowest level of the map. So the second level of the map, ground 0 waypoint, is right here. And essentially what's going to happen is you're going to have to kill a champion jade bow or a champion jade armor. You're going to be killing one of those two, and you have to kill them before they absorb the Bloodstone Stalagmite. Now, after you've killed the champion, you can interact with the Bloodstone Stalagmite to get Unbound Magic. Now, once the first event has completed, there'll be several more events in the same fashion where you have to kill either the Jade Armor or the Jade Bow before it absorbs the Bloodstone Stalagmite. There's going to be a few more of those events after the first one, and they'll keep on going lower in the level of the map. So you're going to be going to a lower level. But essentially, once you've completed a certain number of these, I think it's like 4 or 5 of these events that you have to complete. Maybe it's 3. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But once you've completed 3 or 4 or 5 of these events by killing the Jade Armor, Jade Bow champions, then you're going to have to kill both bosses at the same time, the Jade Armor and the Jade Bow, before they absorb the Bloodstone Stalagmite. And once you've killed both of those bosses, they're both going to be champions again, have to fight them both at the same time, then the main boss comes, which is the legendary Unbound Guardian. Now, this is basically sort of like a raid boss. It has some raid elements, and it's going to be in the lowest portion of the map. It's going to be right here in the Cavern of Unseen Lights. Now, the way this boss works is very similar to the first raid encounter, the Veil Guardian. If you've never done it, I'll explain it to you real quick. There's going to be 3 things happening. There's going to be red orbs floating around. Don't touch these red orbs. If you touch these red orbs, they're going to do a lot of damage to you. You can move these red orbs with CC abilities. So if they come towards you, you can either run away, you can dodge through them, or you can use CC abilities to push them away. Those are the red orbs. Now, if you're near the boss and you're melee, watch for blue areas lighting up. It's like a blue wispy type of thing. I don't know what it is. It's like a blue light that appears. Stay away from those blue lights because they will do lots of damage as well. If you're far range, then you should be okay. You don't have to deal with those blue things. And then the third thing that we have are the green circles on the floor. Now, if you don't have the mastery track, which I think is called counter magic again, right? Yeah, if you don't have counter magic, don't worry about dealing with the green circles, because if you stand in the green circles, you're going to take a lot of damage if you don't have counter magic. People do need to stand on the green circle. Just like in Veil Guardian, people need to stand on the green circle. However, if you don't have counter magic, you're going to take a lot of damage and you're possibly going to die. In fact, I think in the footage that you're seeing right now, I didn't have counter magic at the time and I basically died. So if you have counter magic, step in the green circles because people need to stand in the green circles. And that's pretty much how the encounter goes. You have the red orbs you need to avoid or CC away. You have the blue light areas which you want to stay away from. And you have the green circles which you want to stand on if you have counter magic. Now the last mechanic is that at one point if you get him down, if you get the guardian down to a low amount of health, or I think it's like every 33% or so, there's like a phase where he starts channeling projectiles and a ton of stuff will fly from him. You'll see a lot of red circles on the floor and it will do a pretty good amount of damage to you. You'll also see a CC bar, a break bar. You want to use your CC to break this break bar as fast as possible so that he stops channeling these projectiles. After that, you can continue attacking him, and basically the cycle will repeat. Avoid the red circles, avoid the red orbs, then avoid the blue lighting areas, and then step on the green circles if you have the mastery, and then CC him again when the break bar is up. That's kind of how you kill him. And that's basically the main event. You get loot from that, you get map currency from that, you get map participation obviously from that. But this boss only spawns every 90 minutes, and he does give you good loot. So make sure you come do this boss at least once a day, because it's basically kind of like a world boss, I guess you could say. It's kind of like a meta event in Auric Basin or the Chuck Garrett or Verdant Brinks meta events. So Bloodstone Maw, I would definitely recommend you do it. If you don't like the map, at least come to do the Bloodstone Maw, because you do get a good amount of experience from it, and because there are unbound magic at the end of the fight, you can collect unbound magic, so that gives you a good amount of experience. You get map currency, and you also get some good loot. And that's pretty much how the map works. You basically have those 3 main events. There are some other events, such as killing, a treasure mushroom, or some other events that happen in the area. And some of these will require you to complete the daily. So if you complete the event, you also complete the daily in Bloodstone Fen. But other than that, that's kind of how the map works. You come here to do one of those 3 events, or you come here to do a Bloodstone Maw event. You come here to gather the currencies. One other thing that I do want to mention that's really cool in this map is that you do have the opportunity to collect scraps of paper. Throughout the map, you're going to see lots of scraps of paper laying on the ground. This is part of a collection. There are 3 collections, and each of these collections will give you a journal. You have to complete these journals, and once you complete all 3 journals, once you complete all 3 collections, you will be able to get a cool gobbler. Now, if you remember, I have Madri, I have the Star of Gratitude, and I have Princess here, right? And these basically all eat one of these 3, the Imperial Fragments, the Dragonite Ore, and the Bloodstone Dust. However, there is another one that is introduced with this map. If we head to our story journal achievements, lots of achievements here as well that you might want to take a look at. Some of them are very easy to do. I've completed a good amount of them already. So apart from your dailies, there's also some good achievements to do. But essentially, once you have... Where is it? So this achievement right here, once you find the journals, the 3 journals, and find all the scraps of paper, you get this right here, a Sentinel Anomaly. And you can basically feed this 25 Dragonite Ore and 25 Bloodstone Dust, and you will get loot from it basically, which is really cool. Now, if you want to find all the scraps of paper, you can either just walk around the map and look for them. If you're missing some, I recommend looking in the description. I did leave a link to Dolphy's guide on finding all these scraps of paper. It was a really well done guide that has videos to it, and it has a written guide for it as well, where it tells you where each of the scraps of paper are. And that's pretty much all the map has to offer. Pretty cool map. I like how it works, like I said. And hopefully you found this video helpful, hopefully you found it informative, and you can enjoy the map a little bit more now that you know what you're supposed to do, what you can get, and the achievements that are available to you. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Plenty of other Guild Wars 2 guides, lots of other Guild Wars 2 guides and content already on the channel, plenty more to come. I also have a Patreon page. If you want to donate $1, you can. Anything as low as that is very helpful and very much appreciated. I also have a tutorials channel, vlogging channel, advice channel, music channel, and the gaming channel here. Want to check any of those out, links in the description as well as on the end card. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching as always, and this is GSmaniamsmart, and I'll be back sooner than you think. Don't go anywhere.